are you gentle sprouts? メインスクリーンオン、主様。
Got to turn that off. Hey everybody, welcome back to Struggling in Fishing, because this is one of those... This is this game's kind of like the 2 challenge games that, like, I spent 2 hours and couldn't catch a single fish. What's new? Well, this game's new. Real Fishing Angler's Dream. Slurg is new. I forget which demon it was from Revenant Saga. It was one of the 4 final demons. They just kind of recycle the slug for it. Yeah. And the new plush, I forget what the name of it was called, so I called it Blanket Plush. It's probably named something else. It's got like a little blanket around it. You can kind of see like the little pink on its butt, like a little blanket around there. And then Tranche Plush up here, which didn't get enough airtime. Revenant Saga is done and dusted. And so Thursday will be a completely new game. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. I might play Zelda 1, show off the HD pack on it. Maybe something else, I don't know. Depends on what I'm in the mood for. Other than that, we should probably get to the fishing. Should also be noted that was from, the intro was from Sakaiju to Fushigi no Dungeon, which was the World Tree Mystery Dungeon game, which was, of course, Etrian Mystery Dungeon in the States, because Atlas can't name worth shit. I did start this game, like, last time? Like, way back. And, was kind of struggling with it a little bit. Well, the 2 challenges I was struggling with. Full screen. Switch to 16:9.
16:9 主様。
Alright, let me get the game. Go back. You gonna work for me? There we go. Alright. We are starting from the beginning. As well, I guess I didn't save it. Hee. Just gonna be slow fishing today. Which, I was trying to do this Sunday and Monday, but, well, I was just out of it. So this is the definitive number 1. My gods, what are you doing in my house?
Oh, welcome to the Aqua Lodge. If you're here, then you must be ready to do some fishing. Well, nobody knows more about fishing around these parts than me. I think we'll get along fine. This is a great place for people who love the outdoors, and there's more fish than you can shake a pole at. It's a real fisherman's paradise.
The only reason he's the expert is he's the only person around here besides us.
Oh, pardon me. I've got such a passion for fishing, sometimes I get carried away. Oh, I really should introduce myself, shouldn't I? Well, everyone around here just calls me Fishing Master.
I'm the fishing master. I've beaten like 3 or 4 of these games now, and they keep saying I'm the fishing master.
Now it's your turn. What's your name?
Fishing master. Grand fishing master. I might be able to fit that in there. How do I go back? Might as well put my name in there. At least it'll fit. Should be noted that the Wii did have keyboard support. And like the Switch, which came shipped with keyboard support, like a lot of games still don't use the keyboard. Like, various Otome games, they still want you to type your name in, like, this, which is, like, why? Marinthia, isn't it? Well, let me formally welcome you to the Aqua Lodge. I can't do this guy's voice. Now let's go fishing, but before that, I think I'll explain this place to you. Prepare for dissertation. Hey, don't make that face now. There's a lot of important things that you'll be doing here, so I promise you won't regret learning about it. It should be reminded that this guy was from, the Paradise 3D game. Hang on.
16倍級主様。
Had to talk to somebody. Did I read this? There are a lot of important things that you'll be doing here, so I promise you won't regret learning about it. Alright, listen closely now. This is the Aqua Lodge. It's a real fisherman's paradise. What's that? I already said that? Oh, you're right. Well, at any rate, there are 3 rooms in all inside the Aqua Lodge. On the first floor, we've got the living room. On the second floor, we've got the tackle room. And in the basement, we've got the aquarium. Now let me go into a bit more detail about each room. This is the living room. You can take a gander at the fishing notebook where you can select where you want to go fishing. There's all sorts of other useful information in there too. There's also a catch list that ranks the fish you've caught, and a stone disc, question mark, that'll hold your fishing badges. I'll explain with those later. Gotta catch 'em all? Oh, there's some magazines that have some great fishing information in them too. You can usually find me in this room as well. I don't move. Don't ask me why they call me the fishing master since I never leave this room. If you ever run into any trouble, come talk to me. I'm an old hand in fishing, so I'm sure there's plenty of advice I can give you. Maybe. Next is the tackle room. It's located upstairs. You can check your tackle fishing gear in the tackle room. This is where you keep your rods, lures, flies, floats, and bait. Go there if you want to see what kind of gear is most effective on different kinds of fish. You lose any tackle, I'll replace it for you when you come back to the Aqua Lodge. Fishing tackle ain't cheap. You'll also earn new kinds of tackle as you fish. When you get new tackle, you should go check it out at the tackle room. Learning about fish by looking through your tackle is one of the joys of fishing. You'll be surprised at what you can discover. Finally, we have the aquarium downstairs. This is where you can raise the fish that you've caught. There are 3 different types of fish tanks: lake and pond, river and stream, and saltwater. Just remember that there's a limited number of fish you can put into each tank, so you have 3 instead of 2. I'll explain the fish tanks in more detail after you caught some fish. Now then, you must be ready to do some fishing. First, let's go to a fishing location. Highlight the fishing notebook, then press the A button to select it. Go on, select the fishing notebook. Go on, select it. What are you doing? I said select it. Select it, or somebody's gonna be gut faster than a fish fillet. There! You've opened the fishing notebook. Next, select Go Fishing, then press the A button. Go on, select Go Fishing. What did I just say? You're obviously not listening to me. See, a list of fishing locations appears after you choose that option. At the very top of the list is the lake. This is the first fishing location. You only have one spot where you can fish right now, but as you gain experience, I'll show you more fishing locations. Now, I haven't given you any tackle yet, have I? Here, you can use this tackle at the lake. It's my old stuff that, I kind of all ratty and I don't want it anymore. So, anyway, you got the bass tackle set. Alright then, select lake with the A button and we can head out there. You want to fish here? I have no choice. I must fish here. This is the lake. It's quite pretty, isn't it? I'm not gonna shut up and let you fish. Unfortunately, lakes as pretty as this one are becoming a rarity these days because, pollution and Nestle and all that. Anyway, the fish around here are quite an appetite, so you're likely to get a bite anywhere you cast. Let's start slow though, just try to catch one fish. First, let's talk about casting. Casting at its basics is just the throwing of your line. First, choose the direction you want to cast, hold the rod, Wiimote, up and tilt it left and right. I'm tilting it. Notice how your rod moves? No shit. The direction that your rod is pointed is the direction that you'll cast your line. Once you choose the direction to cast, hold down the A button. Once you're ready to cast, raise the rod Wiimote up and swing it downward and press B. Also, don't forget to keep the A button held down when you cast. The distance your line travels depends on how fast you swing the rod Wiimote. So be sure to practice. Oh, I almost forgot. I've got to tell you how to change the direction of your rod after you've set it. If you want to change the direction, just let go of the A button before you swing the rod down. Wiimote. But enough talk. Give it a try. Give it a nice hard cast. Remember, hold down the A button and press the B button when you swing the rod. Wiimote down. Alright. Here? That was a good cast. I'm impressed. After casting, there's reeling. Reeling is the action of bringing in your line. This is the most important part of getting a fish to bite. No matter how good a spot you cast from, if you don't reel properly to entice a fish, you won't catch anything. If you're using the nunchuck, shaking the nunchuck will reel in the line. Shake the nunchuck slowly and you'll reel in slowly. Shake it fast and you'll reel in quickly. Experiment to see what works best. If you're only using the Wiimote, the A and B buttons are used to reel. Use the A button to reel in slowly and the B button to reel in quickly. You can change the direction of the rod while you're reeling. You can do it the same way when you're casting. Tilt the rod, Wiimote, left and right. Change the direction of the rod while you reel makes your lure even more appealing to the fish. Why don't you give it a shot? Try reeling in while moving your rod around. Well done. I didn't even hear the reeling sound. You really got the attention of the fish. Now try drawing them a little closer. What are you doing? If you don't reel in, the fish will get away. Now that's good. Next we'll go over hooking. Hooking is when the hook catches in the fish's mouth. When the fish bites onto your hook, the rod, Wiimote, will rumble. When you feel it rumble, raise the rod, Wiimote, up as fast as you can. You raise it up too late, the hook will fall out of the fish's mouth more easily, and if you don't want that, do you? Also, by putting the proper effort in hooking, you'll save yourself a lot of trouble during the actual fight. As for when to time your hooking, well, it's actually different for each kind of fish, so you'll have to get a feel for it yourself. Fish is biting, quickly try hooking it. When the rod, Wiimote, rumbles, lift it up. Well, you were able to hook it somewhat, but it looks like the hook might have come out any minute. You'll have to be careful during the fight. Once you hook the fish, it's time to fight. One mistake can lead to failure, so listen up. There are 3 patterns fish take during a fight. If you react properly to the actions the fish takes, it will tire, allowing you to catch it more easily. The first action the fish will take is to struggle against the line. When the fish is struggling, it will violently move its body back and forth. When this happens, hold your rod, Wiimote, upright. Holding it up will suppress the fish's movements. Whatever you do, don't reel while you have the rod, Wiimote, upright. The sudden tension can cause the line to break. Hold the rod, Wiimote. We get it. We get that the fucking rod is the Wiimote. Steady in the upright position until the fish stops struggling. Also be sure not to lay the rod, Wiimote, flat. Either the line will go slack and the hook can come out. Look, the fish starts struggling. Try doing what I just told you. That's it, well done. Next type of action is fleeing. When the fish flees, it will try to escape by quickly swimming in one direction. When this happens, lay the rod, Wiimote, flat and start reeling your line in. By laying the rod flat, and I'm not saying that anymore, and reeling, you can suppress the fish's movement without causing too much strain on your line. If you only lay the rod flat without reeling, there's a chance the hook will come loose. Remember, don't forget to reel. When a fish is fleeing, lay the rod flat and reel your line in. Also be sure not to hold the rod upright when you reel. If you do, there's a good chance the added strain will cause the line to break. Added strain on the line will cause it to break. The fish has started to flee. Remember the instruction now. Great, looks like you're getting the hang of fighting the fish when it's fleeing. Finally, the fish will become tired from struggling and fleeing and will need to rest. When the fish is resting, it will swim very slowly and its movement will become less violent. This is your chance to really reel the fish in, so reel as fast as you can. Hydration. If you just let the fish rest, it'll regain its strength, then you'll have a tough fight ahead of you. Give the fish no quarter when it's resting. Reel with all your might. Remember, if you hold the Wiimote, they don't even see the rod anymore. Upright while reeling, the line will break, and if you lay it flat without reeling, the hook may come out, so stay alert. One more thing. The fish will change its actions frequently, so watch carefully. Alright, you're on your own now. Try to catch the fish using the techniques I've taught you. There's only really two actions you have, and that's reeling it in and not reeling it in. Not reeling it in means it's upright, you're not touching anything. Not reeling it in means it's upright and not touching anything. Reeling it in means you just lay it flat, because then if it's fleeing it, you're still reeling and it's flat. Great, looks like you caught one without any problems. Your first catch. This should be commemorated. Now you can either keep the fish you caught and take it home, or release it back in the water. This would be a good time to explain the Aqua Lodge's fish tank, so choose live well. Live well, this keeps your fish alive and ready to take back to your fish tanks. The live well can hold up to 3 fish of any size. Now press the B button to return to the lake. That's enough fishing for now, so let's get back to the Aqua Lodge. Press the minus button to open the fishing menu. This is the fishing menu. Select Return to Lodge with the A button. Now let's put the fish you caught in your fish tank. When you come back from fishing, the first thing you do is move the fish from your live well to the appropriate fish tank. Now you can raise up to 5 fish in each fish tank. How about we take one from the live well? Select the fish to put in the fish tank with the A button. Next, select where you want to put the fish. Your fish looks quite happy in the fish tank. How about we return to the Aqua Lodge? If you return to the Aqua Lodge while there's still fish in the live well, the fish left in your live well will be released. So don't forget to move your fish to the fish tank. Press B button and return to the Aqua Lodge. This is the Aqua Lodge's aquarium. Inside this room are 3 fish tanks that match the different types of water found at the fishing locations. There's the lake and pond fish tank, the river and stream fish tank, and the saltwater fish tank. You put the fish you just caught in the lake and pond fish tanks, so why don't you take a look at it? The fish you place in your tanks will grow as you feed them, so make sure you feed them every day. You can also release fish from your fish tanks back into the wild so you can catch them again. That can be handy if you need to catch a fish of a certain size. Wait, so I have to raise these fish? So I raise them until the size I need, and then I dump them back into the ocean, or wherever they're come from, so I can catch them again? Why didn't I just be like, hey look, here's my bass, it's big, it meets the requirements. Now feel free to look at the fish you just caught. I'll be back on the first floor. Fishy, fishy, fishy! Hi fishy! How are you, fishy? Look at the fishy I caught, isn't it, like, kinda dead-eyed and... Meow, meow, meow. What is it doing? It's like circling that piece of food. Well, we'll come back and see how Fishy's grown. Fishy was 11 inches. Go to the lamp to go to the first floor? Well, that's just about everything you need to know to get started fishing. Do you remember to take notes? Ah, good. If you ever want to look up something, you should read over the notes in your fishing notebook. The magazines in the living room have a lot of great information too, so you should take a look at those as well. I also know a thing or two about fishing, so feel free to talk to me anytime. I recorded the fish you caught on the catch list. I'll update the catch list whenever you catch some, so go out there and catch some big ones. Also, you can save the game in the fishing notebook. Don't forget to do that before you quit. What's that? You already want to go to a new fishing location? But you've only caught one fish. Why don't you practice on the lake a little more? Let's see, if you catch 3 fish at the lake, I'll take you to the next fishing location. They can be any kind of fish you like. I really wish he was voiced more. Like, you know, where the name comes up, it's just left blank. What a pleasant breeze. It's a perfect day for some fishing, but then I guess I say every day is a perfect day for fishing, don't I? Let's go through the magazine. Lake lure fishing. The lake's calm, deep waters are great for beginning fisher people. Fisher sprouts. There are 3 types of fish that live here. Largemouth bass, the small but strong bluegill, and the feisty catfish. All 3 are fairly easy to hook and reel in. Don't think you can just cast anywhere and get a bite though. Watch the water carefully for the splashes of the fish. That'll tell you where the best place to cast is. Largemouth bass and bluegill tend to like warm water during the spring and winter. Look for them at the medium depth and lower. Okay, that's good information. Like, in Fishing Paradise, there was like top bait, middle bait, and lower bait, and looks like might actually have to use it this over here. Catfish are bottom feeders, so you'll find them at the bottom of the lake in all seasons. So, bottom bait. Wait, when was that? Spring and winter. The medium depth. Now, let's save our game. One to 2. It's not even a foot. So what else have I been doing? Watching a lot of true crime nonsense. Well, I say it's nonsense, but like... I caught a bluegill. That fish looks just like angry. But there's one thing I'm learning. Like, most of the cases are like, they tend to be like unsolved or only solved later. Because like the cops just, they don't believe people who are like, hey, this guy like tried to kill me. And then they like bungle the investigation up. Or, you know, they don't do their due diligence, they call it a a suicide when it's obviously not. So basically the police are really probably not your friends. Come here, fish. So yeah. And a lot of the murderers tend to be like military and police. Or, and it, like, child custody cases, so, you know, just don't have kids and don't marry dudes. Problem solved. It's going back to, like, there's no fish. Another bluegill. Am I supposed to be catching the catfish? Hmm. And it's spring, so... I don't know why it's so tensioned. Just jerk that fish. There we go. Got a catfish. Let's pause. Did I catch 3 fish that I want? Caught 5. My fish... My bass leveled up, I guess. Alright, let's feed these fish. Eat, damn it, eat! Alright. Wow, it just went straight for the food. Eyes on that are like weird because they're just little bumps. They're not like separate little things. Like they didn't add any normal mapping or bump mapping or anything to like make them separate. Even if they're not separate geometry. Alright, fishies have been fed.
Good catch. It looks like you're ready to move on to the next location.
Thing I didn't have to voice that. Why aren't you voicing that? You can use this. You can use this at the next fishing location. I put it together just for you. You got the fly fishing tackle set. Tomorrow I'll show you the next fishing location, the midstream spot. Most of the fish are smaller compared to the lake, but that doesn't mean they won't put up a good fight. A pale chub that lives midstream are very pretty. I think you'll like fishing for them. If you can catch 4, I'll show you the next spot. Say, that's your largest largemouth bass yet. Very impressive. Say, that's your largest bluegill yet. Very impressive. Here's a new piece of tackle as a reward for all of your hard work. Now go catch some big ones with it. You got shallow runner too. Well, you have a good night. See you in the morning. Mornyan. I took my granddaughter fishing the other day. She already has the instincts of a master angler. I'll bet she'll surpass me one of these days. Her name's Nami, and she'll be in this game called Fishing Star World Tour. It'll be neat. Looks like a happy fishy. Midstream pale chubs, let's go! Now this looks pretty. This time I'll teach you about fly fishing. Fly fishing uses a haired hook to catch fish. Many flies mimic insects that land on the surface or insects and small fish who live in the water. The fish in this spot eat insects and small fish, so it's more effective than fishing with a lure here. Choosing a casting direction is exactly the same as in lure fishing, so first I'll explain how to cast. Pay attention now. Casting in fly fishing is unique. Flies are light, so you need to swing your rod many times to get distance. Swing your rod repeatedly to cast your line far, and swing it less if you want to cast it closer to you. To begin, just like in lure fishing, swing your rod down while holding the A button. However, unlike lure fishing, don't press the B button the first time you swing your rod down. When your rod returns in front of you, swing it down once more. If you get the timing right, the rod will swing again. After swinging the rod a number of times, it's time to cast. Just stop swinging your rod and then press the B button. Then you want to cast your line far, swinging your rod about 10 times to get it to the maximum. This 10 times? Jesus. That's it in a nutshell. Now why don't you give it a try yourself? It's a bit difficult, so don't worry if you have some trouble at first. Great cast, I'm impressed. Alright then, after casting there's reeling. In lure fishing, you entice a fish by moving the lure, but flies don't need movement to attract fish. Some flies imitate bugs that have fallen into the water, so those don't need to be reeled. Others look like swimming bugs or fish, and should be reeled. In other words, fish can be attracted whether you reel the fly or not. However, you might try reeling in to move your fly to a particular spot. The method of reeling is the same as lure fishing, so why don't you try it out? You got the attention of a fish. Now reel your fly in a little bit closer. Don't reel too fast though, or you'll lose the fish. I see it slowly moving through the water. That's good. Next is hooking. Hooking and fly fishing is the same as in lure fishing. Just remember what I told you earlier. Well, you were able to hook it, so fuck you! Alright, it's time to fight. Fighting the fish and fly fishing is really no different from fighting the fish and lure fishing, so give it a try. Ooh, underwater thing. Brook trout. You caught a brook trout on your very first try. I'm impressed. How do you like fly fishing? It's a bit different from what you've been doing, but I think it's quite fun. Since it's so different from lure fishing, you may find it difficult at first, but I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. I'll be heading back to the lodge now, but you can keep practicing here. So we need, what, 4 pale chubs? Wait, wrong. Okay, that's Dace. Haven't caught that yet. Looks like you can only just go left. Look, they're right on it. Alright. Oh, it's only over here. Any fish? Nope. It's another dace. Goodbye, dace. Nope. Gotta count. There, fishy, fishy. So yeah, watching true crime stuff, and it's like, you just don't want to date or marry anyone. Cause it's like, it's always like, oh, this person was really nice until they weren't. Is that another trout? It's another trout. Come on, fish. Another brook trout. Where the hell are the pale chubs? Like, I haven't even caught one yet to see what it likes. I see you there, butterfly. What, I think those are cabbage butterflies or something? I don't know what that second shield-looking thing is. Let's try that. Alright, fish. You and me. Reeling is just holding the B button down. I'm not even doing the... I have the nunchuck here, but it's like... I don't really have one of them Wii, reeling things. I didn't get one back, you know, when the Wii was popular. I know they still sell them, maybe, or I can go to, like, GameStop or something. But I doubt even GameStop has them anymore. Press A, it like slows the lure down even though you're reeling it in technically. Come on, butterflies, help me catch some shit. Nothing. Like the fish are like, yeah, no, we're done here. Cast them wrong? No clue. That's pause, which has like a little fish that zooms by. Well. Eight, 9, 10. Yeah, it's just another trout. I don't even see any, like... any pale chubs in here. You've run out of time? I didn't know it was being timed. Maybe there'll be some about fly fishing. You know, like, if you want to catch a pale chub, do this and that. Time for feeds. Come on, Dace, eat your food. There you go. Let me see, do I have to feed the other fish? Probably. yeah, definitely. Eat your protein ball. Please tell me the fish can't die. It won't eat again, will they? Well, okay, that's the maximum. That's another great catch you got. Keep it up and you'll start making even me look like a slacker. Heh. Say, that's your largest dace yet. Very impressive. Here's a new piece of tackle as reward for all of your hard work. Now go catch some big ones with it. You got Alexandra. Well, have a good night. See you in the morning. Pale chubs, I need them. Turn off the lights when you're not using them. Not only will it save you money, it's good for the environment too. Kind of not really. Alright, that's only the link.
チェーンゲイングチェーン。セット。チェンジヘイオール。
Hey changeling, how goes it? Trying to catch some fish that don't want to be caught. Like, this game, like, I guess maybe people complain that these first games are too hard or something. Which is why, like, Paradise 3D and the others were so easy. Lake?
チェーンゲイングチェーン。セット。Just paid bills for the month. Now I'm out of money. ユエケウタイスム。
Yay! Capitalism! You make money just so you can give it away to somebody else. It's like... You know, why don't you just pay that person? Just skip me. Or give me what's left over. Terminal tackle. No, this tackle, it's terminal. We can't save it. Wow, they didn't tell me any of this on the beginning of the game.
Chain Gang Chain. Set. I also took some time to look at the Polari pictures. Apparently two of them were actually of Polar.
I noticed that, like a couple at the end. I'm like, that's Pollux, isn't it? Well, maybe Polaris is somewhere in the background. I just can't see him, which is why I didn't say anything. Being like a ninja cat. Okay, dry and nymphs, let them ride. Wet, probably real. Streamers, probably real, yeah. Match the hatch?
Chain Gang Chain. セット。スキル。レスザン A1% エラーレートインオーバー500 pictures isn't bad.
True, true. And besides, Pollux is still a kitty. Still a kitty pick. Alright, I think I'm doing it right. Hang on, brook trout and dace. Rich pupa. Streamer. Alright. Let's try that. I don't have any better rods. Is this a brook trout? I don't know what you are. Don't look like a pale chub, though. Northern snakehead. Nice. I love those fish. Alright. That's the one that I was aiming at. Then this must be the pale chub. Any others that are better? Anything else but. But then like half the other fish are like this too.
Chain Gang Chain. セット。They added the fishing mod to Skyrim Special Edition for free. Still not sure what to think about the Creation Club in general.
Is that the one where they charge money for some things? It's a kind of like...
Chain Gang Chain. セッ
Hey
ト。
mods.
Paid mods. イエレ。
I mean, I understand people getting paid for their mods for like hard work, but it's like... Most of the mods are functional mods because Bethesda won't do anything to fix the game, so you need a mod to fix the game, and then they're trying to charge you a mod that's basically a patch. And it's kind of like only the rich people that can afford the mods can play the game a certain way.
チェーンゲイングチェーン。セット。Bethesda shouldn't be taking any cut from it, in my opinion.
That's true. Definitely shouldn't be making any cut because they didn't do any of the work. Alright, this is a trout? That was a trout. That was a trout. They're just like splashing up against the rock. It's not counting it. It's another dace, isn't it? Like, I haven't even caught one pale chub. So I didn't want to hook that fish. It was another dace. Let's see, 3 or 4. It's another dace? Daced it. I think I'm maybe 5 to get to the rock. I'm catching all these dace. It's like, it makes you catch the fish that hooks even though you don't want that fish. Which, in other games, the other games I've played, they're like, you can just let the fish just let it go and then go for the fish that you really want. I'm gonna change my tackle. It's another days. Pretty sure. It's another 1, 2, 3. It's like there's only days. Like, do I have to sleep until it's like, summer? Oh wait, there's a pale chub. There we go. There's one right there. So it's kind of over here-ish? I think I did 4? Right, there's a pale chub. Come on. It's like you hooked it somewhat. You're gonna have a problem with it. It's like then I have no problem with it. Ah! I think that's a dace now. Because the pale chub kind of looks like a guppy? Yeah, it's dace. I don't want to return, I only got 2! Less to say that largemouth bass is, probably gonna go away when I get the smallmouth bass. Eat all the fishies. Alright, that went up an inch. I think that went up a couple inches, and I forget what size that one was. Slowly and surely my fish are growing larger! And then I'll have a fish empire? Fish empire! Not that the fish care. Yeah, that definitely looks better in the later games. It looks a lot cuter. This one looks weird. Like, it has green eyes, but they're usually black in what I've seen. And pale chub. Swallow that piece of food that is way bigger than your head. What is that on the surface? Okay, apparently they're just sticking things in my tank without telling me. Can't feed it. Is there a wind-up toy in my other tank? I must know. And like, one of my bigger fish is definitely gonna swallow that thing. Nope. No wind-up toy in there. Oh well. What a fantastic catch! Looks like you've learned just about everything I got to teach you. Say, that's your largest pale chub yet. Very impressive. Here's a new piece of tackle as a reward for all of your hard work. Now go catch some big ones with it. You got ant. That's a huge brook trout. That huge brook trout got away from you, you know, that might have been the legendary brook trout. You earned a new decoration for the river and stream fish tank. Why don't you go take a look when you have a chance? Already did. Well, have a good night. See you in the morning. Totally won't murder you in the middle of the night. And sacrifice you to, like, the fish god. Alright, that's the same thing you've said before. Nothing new here. Now that I know what the pale chub likes and dislikes, which is what I already have, which is over here. It's like trying to hook a tiny goldfish, like, how? Alright, one more review and then I'm done with this place. Or at least I think I'm done. Guess I have to feed my fish every single time I come back. Because they get, like, hungry no matter even if I spend 5 seconds out there. Do I actually have to watch it eat? Come on, Dace, eat your food. The sound it makes when you drop the food in there like that, that wet blooping sound. Imagine having like a pale chub that like is 99 feet and 99 inches. I don't know if they like cap like how long the fish is.
Well done. So how did you like fly fishing? It's tricky at first, but it's a lot of fun once you get the hang of it.
Now, before I show you the next fishing location, let me give you a new tackle. You should use this there. Coast tackle set. Now I'll show you the next fishing location, the Rocket Coast. You've been doing some sea fishing. It's a much broader and deeper area than any you've fished before. I think you'll enjoy it. Let's see if you can catch a parrotfish and a black porgy. I'll show you the next fishing location. By the way, while you were out fishing, a new magazine arrived. You should take a look when you get the chance. Well, have a good night. See you in the morning. I do like the in-game magazines. Like, there's the Game Center CX game. That, like, it has, like, the Nintendo, the Famitsu, in the game that you can read. They give you tips and tricks for the game and the cheats. Alright, what magazine we got? Fishing the midstream spot. There are 4 species of fish that live here. The easy-to-catch brook trout, the vicious northern snakehead, the pale chub, and the ever-adaptable dace. All 4 species are relatively easy to catch. The midstream is neither deep nor shallow, and most of its currents are gentle. The fish here tend to stay away from spots where the currents are strong, so try to avoid those. Try casting. See, this would have been helpful when I actually, like, before I started casting there. Try casting to the left and right rather than the center. Fish also tend to stay near the rocks, so try to get your hook as close to the rocks as possible. Brook trout, pale chub, and dace can usually be found near each other, so if you catch one, keep casting your line in the same area. When you want to catch a northern snakehead, try looking along the floor during the spring and winter, and the surface during the summer and fall. So, black porgy, parrotfish, and what else? Mahi-mahi? I'll be teaching you bait fishing this time around. In bait fishing, you use bait and floats to fish. There are many rocks around this area, so it's perfect for bait fishing. Casting and bait fishing is the same as in lure fishing. Remember, hold down the A button and press the B button when you swing the rod down. Cast, I'm impressed. Now then, after casting, you probably expected to do some reeling. Well, bait fishing is a little different. You don't reel in when bait fishing. The bait alone should be enough to attract the fish. In the ocean, it's rare that lots of fish will occupy the same area. Most fish are swimming with the current, so just let the current carry your float. If you reel in, it'll just warn the fish and they'll swim away. That's why bait fishing is pretty much a waiting game. So just let your line ride along the current. That's not what they say in the other games. They say wiggle the thing around. There we go. Looks like your bait has caught the attention of the fish. Now that you got their attention, just wait for them to get a little closer. When the float begins to sink a little, that's the sign that the fish is nibbling at the bait. Don't raise the rod suddenly or start reeling. That's the way. next is hooking. Hooking and bait fishing is a little different. Time your hooking and bait fishing by carefully watching the bob and float. When you see the float sink down a little, that means the fish is nibbling at the bait. Don't rush to hook the fish just yet. When the fish takes the bait and starts to move, the float will sink down a lot. That's when you want to try and hook the fish. There, a fish began to nibble at the bait. Time your hooking with the bobbing of the float. Now finally comes the fight. The ocean is vast, so it allows the fish to take some different actions than before. The fish will dive down sharply. When this happens, hold your rod upright. It looks similar to when the fish flees, so be sure not to mistakenly lay the rod flat. If you lay the rod flat, the line will slacken and the hook might fall out. Also remember not to reel in when you hold the rod upright, as it can break the line. Oh look, the fish is diving. Go on, give it a try. Very good. You'll be just fine if you can master dealing with dives. Now why don't you try to reel this one in? It didn't even dive. Well, that's a fine-looking, large-scaled blackfish. I must say I'm impressed. So how was your first bait fishing experience? It's much easier to hook in bait fishing than in any other fishing style so far, isn't it? Now, if you can learn to read the currents of the ocean, you'll be just fine. Remember to practice makes perfect. I'll be heading back to the lodge now, but you can keep practicing here. Alright. Oh, that's some porgy? Or zebrafish? It was fleeing? It's hard to know when it's fleeing because, like, it's the same thing as diving. They're eating all my bait. I think I've ran through the topics. Maybe there'll be another fishing game for the Switch? Like kind of an anime-themed fishing game? I'm kind of waiting for one for, like, the PC. There's like, the realistic super fishing, and then, like, the other fishing games are kind of like... They're not like this, they're kind of like pixel. Like, you just press a button and then you press another button. No shit, the fish got away. There were no fish. I guess the music is really nice and different. Yeah, that's a black porgy, I think. Yeah, there we go. That's one of them. Now I need the parrotfish. Fish are just giving up. Yeah, it's really hard to tell when the fish is diving. Because, like, it doesn't do the struggle thing. Is that a black porgy? You bigger than the one I... Yep. By an inch. These look promising. Might be my parrotfish that I'm looking for. Or not. It's got a notch out of the tail. Wonder where in Japan these things, the background image was taken, or if it even was Japan, or they just, you know, went through some stock footage. Another black porgy. I think the zebrafish were over there? Either a parrotfish or a zebrafish is what I want. Just to get, like, the parrotfish is what I need, but the zebrafish, like, puts a... takes the question marks away, so I know that the last one must be the parrotfish. Another black porgy. What happened to the zebrafish? Like, there were zebrafish before, but, like, they're not there anymore? Well, then. Is that all I have, really? Just these crabs here? Alright, have some crabs. Parrotfish probably eat the crabs, though, because, you know, they have the beaks to get through the shell. Or black porgies. I mean, I've cast my line, like, across everything, so... Gonna run out of crabs soon. Well, this game's going better than the Challenge 1 and 2. Like I said on the Revenant Saga, I'm probably gonna regulate that to, like, offline, because just, like, the amount of time it takes just to reel in one fish is just... no one wants to see that. Or at least I don't think people want to see that. And then now to feed all of the damn fish. Fish? I'm feeding it and nothing's happening. Can I not feed the saltwater fish? I mean, I hear the sound effect, but there it is. It just swam past the food. Fine, you don't get fed. These fish appreciate my efforts to feed them. See, yup, there we go. I think that one went up an inch. Right, that one went up 2 inches. Don't know about that one. I think that one went up an inch. Wonder if I can get an auto feeder for the fish. Because constantly having to do this is kind of a little bit of a pain. I think that one went up an inch. Not sure about this one. Alright, now let me see if, like, I can feed the other fish again. Alright, you fish want food now? Nope. Maybe they're not eating in protest. Oh well, I put food in the tank. They'll eat it if they want it. Even though the programming's probably like they can only eat when it does the thing. What a fantastic catch. Looked like you've learned just about everything I got to teach you. Say, that's your large-scale blackfish yet. I'm impressed. Say, that's your largest black porgy yet. Very impressive. Here's a new piece of tackle as a reward for all of your hard work. Now go catch some big ones with it. You got muscle. Looks like you lost some tackle there. Don't worry, I'll replace any tackle you lost. I didn't exactly lose it. The fish ate it. You've really developed into an excellent fisher sprout. I think you're ready to take on a legendary fish. Now you can challenge the legendary brook trout. Think you can land it? Well, have a good night. See you in the morning. Wait, did that stuff just magically appear suddenly? The beach ball, the watermelon beach ball, and the ring? It's getting hot these days. Many fish move down to deeper, cooler waters in summer. It's suddenly summer? That watermelon you were eating the other day looks so good, I went out and bought myself one. That's a beach ball, dude. Don't eat that. You know what? You do you. If you want to eat the beach ball, fine, I guess. I guess we're catching the legendary fish now. I guess screw the parrotfish. This is not a legendary brook trout. I don't even think it's the legendary dace. Alright, brook trout, what do they like? Oh, there's the legend. I think. Wondering if I getting any distance on this thing. It keeps struggling like every 5 seconds. Damn it! I had laid it flat. I didn't hook too late. I didn't want that fish. I'm only catching that damn brook trout. I know it's killing my statistics, but like, I ain't catching stuff I don't want to catch. I have a feeling I need that Alexandra lure. You know what? I'm getting rid of you daces. There's like 2 daces in there. Going in my life, well, you're not staying in the lake. You'll get released at the end of this. Yeah, it suddenly gets finicky about it now. Like, oh, you didn't swing it up like in the 5 seconds. Like, oh, I guess you lose. And I hate the constant casting for, like, fish that you don't want. I like the later games to where you can just be like, yeah, the fish lets go, and then, like, the next fish bites it, and then, like, that's the fish I want. Having to cast, like, worthless fish just to get them out of the way. It's just... Nope, don't like it. Alright, there was no... No more fucking you did it wrong. I'm not doing it wrong. I know what I'm doing. Come on. Got it. That's going in the live well. Right at the end of the time. Why can't I? Oh, I guess I have to release it. You can be free now that you're out of my way. You know what? I'm gonna feed the fish after I save.
You caught the legendary brook trout. Congratulations! You've really become an excellent fisherman.
Here's a new piece of tackle as a reward for all of your hard work. Now go catch some big ones with it. You got Caddis Emerger. Looks like you lost some tackle there, don't worry. Have a good night, see you in the morning. Save. And I think with that, I'm gonna call this a video? Let's go feed the fish first. Let me see, it's the legendary brook. Yeah, there we go. Ain't got no badger. Wait, I do have some badgers. Catch over 30 fish. Catching 4 pale chubs. Catching 3 fish. I kind of wish that the that would reflect what you have. Like, how hard was it to like have like a tinier little image over that? Might visit the tackle room just to see what that's all about. But hearing that Skyrim has a fishing mod, well, I'll install it and see if it's any good. But, like, it's kind of a, I don't know, do people still play Skyrim, like... I guess I can't feed these fish at all. They just swim past the food. Oh, it ate it. There we go. That's weird. Because, you know, the camera zooms out on the other 2 tanks, but on this one, you just kind of follow the fish until they, like, they want to eat something? I'm flailing at the feed fish controls. That's why my hand is up like that. Eat, goddammit. Eat. So, gonna let the, regular brook trout go. See, it zooms out and you get to see the fish eat it. That's just weird that on the saltwater tank it's not like that. Then again, I don't like having to select all the fish to feed them. It should just, you know, you'd be like, you're here, and then you can just feed the fish. But this game wants to be different. Alright, that one's been released. It's very finicky on when it wants to feed the fish. And the legendary brook trout, which is just a really big trout. And there's our wind-up toy. Don't know if it's safe, like, to be in here, but whatever. It's a video game, it's fantasy. No fish were harmed in the making of this game. Except the ones that were consumed as food. Alright, let's see what the tackle room's all about, because I don't know if I'm like ever gonna come back into the tackle room again. Sure does take a long time to get into these rooms. Is that it? Alright, the fish don't really care about the floats, which, you know, why would a fish care about a float? Dry fly. This is the ant I got, which doesn't look anything like an ant. Elk-hair caddis, which is what I got, which I don't know what a caddis looks like. That one looks interesting. It looks like it's like a firefly stuck on a Christmas tree, stuck on a broom. Pheasant tail. I guess it's a type of nymph. Midge pupa. I guess, I don't know. Midges, are midges those little, like, mayflies? You know, the ones everyone thinks that are mosquitoes, but they're not mosquitoes. They just look like mosquitoes. Or are the midges the ones that are the really tiny gnat-looking things? There's the caddis submerger. There's the Alexandra, which kind of looks like peacock. A peacock fish. The March Brown, which kind of looks like a cicada almost. A long-winged cicada. Partridge and peacock, which looks nothing like a partridge nor a peacock. Here's the Matuka. The Malibu leech. And that's it for that? Was that on my tackle? Rods and reels, which I'd only have like the basics. Lures. Diving minnow, sinking vibration, deep diver 1. Looks kind of like a, well, maybe not a squid. It's got that spoon thing on the front of it. There's a good old popper, and then the pencil bait, the swisher. These are all lures we've seen before. The frog. Okay, the frog might be new. Buzzbait we've seen before. Floating minnow we've seen. Shallow runner, maybe not. Shallow runner 2, which is a different color. F vibration. Suspended minnow, suspended vibration. Suspended vibration we've seen before. Spinnerbait 1. Then the metal jig, the rubber jig, the rubber crayfish. We've seen that before. That's just a jelly crayfish with a hook. And the paddle-tail grub, I think we've seen before. I used to have a lot of lures when I was like a little kid, and I really wanted to go fishing, but like, we really, we had a lake near where we lived, and I don't think you were supposed to fish on it, and I don't really think there were like a lot of big fish in it at all, but, well, we went fishing in there. I didn't catch anything. Krill, which is a krill, a mussel, it looks like well, it's like, looks like a shell, like a clam on a hook. And the rock crab, which is a green crab on a hook. Crab on a hook. Crab emoji. It still doesn't do the, like, making the emoji into the emoji. I remember when this caption thing did, like, crab emoji would give you the crab emoji. God, this character walks so slow. Alright, I'm gonna save because we fed the fish and then calling it here. What do I want? Switch to powering down?
パワーリングダウン主様。
Finally, it actually did the thing where it changed this back into, like, this scale. This scale. Always remember to take your leap motion and put it straight, otherwise your hands will just go weird like that. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining me for what's supposed to be Monday fishing, but it got pushed to Tuesday. I'm gonna try and come back Thursday. With some game. It will be a game. Well, this is interesting. Switch to 16 by 9. Switch to 16 by 9.
16配給主様。
If you let the apparently if you just let it go on the title screen, you get this like screensaver with like some. Well, you can hear the music. Anyway, switch to powering down. Switch to powering down.
パワーリングダウン主様。
Thank you. So, Thursday should hopefully be back. Trying to get back in stream, but I've just been really tired. It's a condition I have, so it's nothing I can really help. And sometimes I just get distracted watching other people's streams, because, you know, there's some people that don't stream it that often, like me. So, I sometimes just want to watch their streams and, you know, root them on and be like, yeah, let's do this together. So I will see, I'll see everyone later. Gonna toss the VOD up later. Oh, look, a little, hot air balloons flying by in the game. Catch me on YouTube. It should be down in the description below somewhere. What else? I think that's about it. Did I cover everything? I think I covered everything. And take care, everybody. Take care of yourself. Have fun.